Hi students, how are you? I hope you are following well of our previous videos. In earlier class we have learnt about aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration occurs by the presence of oxygen, and lack of oxygen is also may contain very less amount of oxygen in our body cells. Then is also our body cells can get some amount of energy by producing lactic acid from pyruvate. And another anaerobic respiration, we have learned anaerobic respiration in some bacteria which are belongs to non-green and yeast, etc. Let us discuss about respiration in animals. Look at that. We know different kind of animals. Some are living in water as aquatic bodies, and some are living on land, which are meant for terrestrial bodies. So each and every living organism has a different kind of respiratory organs. Not present lungs in all kinds of organisms. Only some organisms contain lungs, and some organisms contain gills, and some organisms contain spiracles, some organisms contain trachea, and some organisms respiring along with the skin. Here, example for that, microscopic body amoeba is there. Amoeba can respire along with their body because there is no specific respiratory organ inside the body. Amoeba is an aquatic organism and microscopic body. Along with amoeba, planaria is also there in it, and some bacteria is also there in it. Here these amoeba and planaria obtain required amount of the oxygen from the water. The water is also has a little amount of oxygen in a dissolved state. To do the respiration, amoeba and planaria must be need oxygen, so they can obtain from the water which is present in dissolved state. When we keep out this amoeba and planaria, they can't get oxygen from the environment. There is no ability to absorb oxygen directly from the environment. So these can absorb only from the water which is dissolved in state. So the body has, before learning about the amoeba, here some terrestrial body earthworm is there. Once look at that earthworm. This is also terrestrial body. It is also do not contain specific respiratory organs such as the lung. The skin always moistured. Once look at that, how it is being. It is always moisturely there. So it has ability to absorb the oxygen from the environment because the body moisture is there. When the environment contact along with this moisture, immediately the oxygen can dissolve in that moisture, and later the body wall which has number of blood vessels can absorb the oxygen. To absorb the oxygen, the wall of or the blood vessels contain hemoglobin is there. Hemoglobin, we learned in earlier class, hemoglobin has ability to absorb the oxygen from environment. Here the body directly exposing to environment. While exposing to the environment, whenever they need, immediately it can absorb oxygen from the environment along with the moistured skin. So in earthworm, the skin is respiratory organ. In aquatic bodies like fish and prawn, look at them. So fish on either side of the head contain gills are there, and prawn is also contain gills are there. So the gills has ability to absorb the oxygen which is dissolved in water. So the fish and prawn both should suck the water regularly without giving an interruption. When we observe a fish, it always drink water by opening its mouth along with the lower lip and upper lip. In fish, both lips can be moved itself. So by moving both lips, the which is opened oral cavity, along with that oral cavity some amount of water should be taken into the body, and taken water should be overlapped along with the gills. While passing through the gills can absorb required amount of oxygen which is dissolved in the water. So here the gills are also contain blood vessels. So the blood vessels can absorb dissolved oxygen along with these gills. So once the blood vessels absorb wherever lies on the gills, that absorbed oxygen should send each and every cell to do aerobic respiration. So in this also, in the aquatic bodies also, the blood has hemoglobin to absorb. Here the blood cells cannot absorb directly. It can absorb by the presence of pigment which is meant for hemoglobin. This hemoglobin absorbs that oxygen and supply each and every cell for the respiration to get required amount of energy. In both case, what are here, prawn is there and fish is there, both is also can obtain oxygen from the environment along with gills. And another terrestrial organisms, it is a largest family in animal kingdom. Insect kingdom is the largest, insect family is the largest kingdom in animal family in terrestrial bodies. So here different kind of animals are there. Once look at them, each and every one. In this respiratory organs are present in different ways. What are the respiratory organs in insects? In the insects, respiratory organs. So insects are belongs to Arthropoda family. Arthro means joints, pod means leg. So the all insects has joined legs. That's why these joined legs can help to move or to fly wherever they want to go. Insects are also contain some specialized structures to respire or to take oxygen and to liberate carbon dioxide. Do you know where are the respiratory organs present on the insect family? The entire body contains small holes. Each and every hole can absorb the oxygen from environment. So these holes are known as spiracles or tracheas. The insects can absorb oxygen and release out carbon dioxide with the help of pores called spiracles or tracheas. Once look at that, next one, frog. So frogs can absorb oxygen with their skin and as well as with lung. So it has two respiratory organs. One, the skin is also can absorb oxygen from the environment, from external environment, and as well as in water is also. So because the body has always moisture, whenever this body contact with external environment, the oxygen can dissolve inside the skin, and whenever it is present in the water, then also the skin can absorb oxygen and supply all over the body, and whenever the body may be dry up, then it can inhale air along with the nose. So it can absorb, it can respire along with skin and along with nose is also. The next one, look at that microscopic body. In earlier class we have learned about it also, amoeba, planaria, etc, etc. So once look at this amoeba. Amoeba is an aquatic body. It lives in water only. So to get the required amount of oxygen, it should absorb dissolved oxygen from the water along with the skin, because there is no special respiratory organ in amoeba, planaria and etc. So the skin is there, around that one membrane is there, plasma membrane. The plasma membrane we learned that is very soft, delicate membrane, it can hold however it wants it, and as well as it has a number of pores are there. Along with that pores, the dissolved oxygen can absorb and send into cytoplasm. Again, the cytoplasm can get that pyruvate, and the pyruvate can absorb into the mitochondria, and in the mitochondria it can be get energy. The same process will be happen whatever we learned about aerobic respiration. So in amoeba can happen, amoeba and planaria can happen this kind of process inside the cell. Look at that. And later, respiration in human being. Until that we have learned about respiration in different kind of animals such as frog, amoeba, etc., prawn, fish, etc. Let us discuss about ourselves, human being. To respire, human being has different kind of organs. It is not happen with one organ. That's why respiration is a system, a respiratory system. It consists of several organs are there. What are the different kind of organs present in respiration of human being? The respiration in human being happen in different ways. What is meant by respiration? Respiration means inhalation of the oxygen and obtain required amount of the energy from the food material. Here, this is catabolic process. Already we learned about that. Respiration is a catabolic process. What is meant by catabolism? Splitting of molecules into glucose, and glucose once again split into energy source such as maybe ATP and carbon dioxide, water, etc., etc. So what are the organs involving in respiration? Let us observe them. So here externally nostrils are there. The nostrils, one pair of nostrils are there. This one pair of nostrils make nasal passage, and then the nasal passage entered into pharynx, and the pharynx entered into larynx, and the larynx entered into trachea, and the trachea entered into bronchi, and bronchi divided into two bronchioles, and the bronchioles, end of the bronchioles contain sac-like structures which are meant for alveoli. Along with this, another membrane, one membrane is there which is separating from chest cavity and the stomach, that is called diaphragm. So the respiratory organs such as nostril, nasal passage, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchiole, alveole and diaphragm. Once look at this picture. Here nasal cavity is there, here nasal cavity, and after that pharynx, here pharynx is also there. Wherever pharynx is a common passage for air and food. In earlier class we have learnt about it, and it make a structure, a tube-like structure which is made up of cartilaginous or cartilage. So it has C-shaped rings. See, however the C is there, as like that rings are there. This entire trachea contain C-shaped rings are there. These C-shaped rings should be helped from collapsing, and larynx is also there. On the top of the trachea contain larynx is there. It is also known as voice box. Later we will discuss about larynx and each and every one. And this tube, whenever entered into the chest cavity, that divided into two parts. Each and every part is known as bronchi. And finally, the bronchi divided into number of branches, they are known as bronchioles. And the bronchioles also contain number of grapes-like structures which are meant for alveoli. And this entire respiratory system separating with one membrane which is meant for diaphragm. So let us discuss about each and every one. Look at that. This is the external respiratory organ. What is this? Nose. So the nose has two nostrils. These two are known as nostrils. These two nostrils are separated with one membrane. That is, this is one membrane is there. This is known as nasal septum. What is this? Is nasal septum. So the nasal septum makes nose into two nostrils. So these two nostrils make nasal passage. Here one passage is there and here another passage is there. This entire passage lined with mucous membrane and also contain air follicles. What is there? It entire nostril passes lined with mucous membrane and air passes, air follicles are there. What is the use of the mucous membrane in the nostril? It helps to reduce the temperature while inhaling high temperature. Then that high temperature should be reduced to the body temperature, and also this moisture can block dust particles along with air follicles. These nostril passes entered into pharynx. Yes, these two nostrils are separating with one membrane which is meant for nostril septum. So this nostril septum is separated from the oral cavity along with the palate. In earlier class we have learned about palate, hard palate and soft palate. These two nostrils open into soft palate in the pharynx. So later we will discuss about next organ. Thank you.